Hey YouTube, I got something good for you guys today. Basically gonna go through how to invade a base, a simple base, with only a few people. Simple base, I say, meaning it only has a couple key things to it. There's no armories or, just random, obscure, well, this, you can't see. Okay. This is with the force of 5. You have your leader, your submachine gunner, rifleman, machine gunner, demolitionist. Your objective, single line, infill, double line, enemy patrol is a dotted line. The resources, as in roads, food, water, be double lined. Friendly encampment is aligned with the crosshead on it. Enemy encampment will be an ME with a box around it. Comms will be this little comm tower looking thing. And obviously the enemies are going to be an ME. Then star will stand for the whole squad in its entirety. So I set it up as a normal base. Objectives in the back. You have 2 enemy encampments. Well, three enemy encampments. A road that leads for resources. And enemy patrol that kind of patrols everything. So you start in an infill, your whole squad, and then you split up. You always, in the littler groups, when you split up, you want your leader in the smaller group, just in case you have to make some quick decisions. So, machine gunner, the rifleman, the submachine gunner will make an outpost here. While doing so, the leader and the demolitionist will track up and get rid of the comms. This is essential because then they can't call for backup. As soon as that is done, they'll radio in for these guys to take out the resources. Once the resources and comms are taken out, then meet up. I just chose the center. Now what would happen here would be people would go to check this out as soon as it's blown up. So your friendlies would go ahead and go here while they're taking out the bridge. Or the road or whatever. Once once it's gone out of the way, everybody's checked it out, they're gonna track over through your patrol line over here. That is the prime opportunity for these guys to meet up here and just swoop around to the objective. Then you would have to obviously do room clearing or whatever you would have to do for that, depending on what kind of structure it is. Hold there a second. Attack force of 2. Alright, this is part 2. There'll be 3 parts. This is with the force of 2. I don't like running a big squad, or I don't like having a leader and a squad of 2. I'd rather just both of them share dominancy, because let's face it, in the military, if you're going to be on the ground, you're going to have a higher, comm center telling you what to do. Hence, no leader. Because a leader in it with just 2 people causes a lot of arguments and fights. It's the same thing. You would start out in the infill. You never stay at the infill. I know a lot of people think that the enemy's going to be stupid and not think that they should search where that helicopter was just going, but they will. So you want to get away from the infill as quickly as possible. Then you're going to branch off. The demolitionist would go to the comms. Reason being, you'd have to blow it up. With a road, you just need a roadblock or something in the way. You could just about get anything to block a road or a railway or anything like that. You can devise your own contraption. But you would want to set up an encampment a little bit back since there's only 2 of you. You have to balance speed with safety with a lot of things. This is definitely one. Set up a encampment here, rush, blow up, or whatever you're wanting to do with the thing, then come back, meet up with the rest of your team, which is only 1 guy. Then, once again, as I said, they're going to be wanting to check this out. As soon as they check this out, they're going to hear about this being wiped out. So, they're going to track back up here. If they don't, the least likely place that they will be is right up in here. Just because their asset is here, damage just got taken right here. So they're gonna be thinking that you're gonna be somewhere in this vicinity. Well, if you backtrack, come here, and then swoop around, they're not gonna be expecting it from this way. Then, as I said in the last video, you're gonna have to do room clearing or whatever, you're breach and clear or whatever for building because of what kind of structure it is. If it's a crate that you're trying to get to, then you just take it. But if it's some kind of structure, as in like a building, you're gonna have to do room clearing because there's gonna be more enemies in there. This is the final part. This is part 3. This is a task force of just 1 person. I chose to go with the leader icon because in this kind of situation you'd kind of specify toward your personality. Some people would rather have a machine gun, some people would rather have a submachine gun, whatever floats your boat, because you really, for search and destroy kind of thing, like you have to go find the objective, destroy the munitions, or destroy the big thing, or HVT kind of thing. You just kind of specify toward the objective. This, I just kind of made it like an objective area. So you have 1 person, infill, as I said, don't stay in the infill location. They're more than likely going to check it out. And as soon as they do, they're more than likely going to go back to their assets, because that's their whole purpose of being there, to protect their assets. So you get to checkpoint 1. This will be your LPOP. This is where you set down all of your survival stuff, your extra mags, like whatever you can't fit in what chest rig or whatever you have set up, and then your food, your cooking stuff, whatever you need. You'd come over here, blow up the comms tower. I just kind of looped it around so you could see, but you'd basically go back to your LPOP, then bring your LPOP down to by the base. You don't want it exactly on here, but you would have it somewhere around the vicinity. Like maybe if this is here, maybe if what you're taking out's here, maybe up here, or go ahead and track around over here. That way when you can go over, you can just go ahead and pick it up and go. Then what you're wanting to do here with the LPOP is what depends on what kind of exfil you have. If it's just to pick up this certain object and leave, then you'd either like exfil's over here, then you'd take it over there, or, whatever you'd track up here. But these are basic things. I'll be doing more complicated kind of moves later on. I hope you enjoyed. This is Alpha 1. Over and out.